Cobblestone Cuff from Cat Bordhi's book, New Pathways for Sock Knitters, Book 1. Begin with a cast-on with Judy's Magic Cast-On. Find the link to Cat Bordhi's YouTube demonstration in my post or the video description on YouTube. Step 2. Knit 3 rounds. The caterpillar won't turn out to be all purl unless you start knitting on the top needle. This is a little bit tricky because you want to have a tight cast on, but not so tight that you can't knit into it. And you don't want to lose your lower needle loops. We're coming to the last couple of stitches of the round. I did 2 rounds on this particular pair of socks, and so I'm going to stick with that. Alright, there's 2 rounds of the stitches to make what will eventually be the caterpillar. If you look at it carefully, what this could be is a little tiny pocket, a very thin pocket, that if you kept knitting in the round, then they would get taller. So instead of continuing to knit in the round, what Cat Bordhi would like us to do is to actually turn the work inside out, like so, so that we have a caterpillar of purl stitches. You'll want to get your front and back needles lined up, and then begin to knit 2 together, meaning that you'll put the needle through both the front and back stitches. Oops, that's not quite right there. Through both the front and back stitches, and then pull that loop through both the front and back stitches and then let them off. So basically, you're closing up the pocket. So putting the needle through the front loop, through the back loop, knitting and pulling the loop through both the front and back loops to make 1 stitch out of 2. So basically, you're just knitting 2. Here we are at the last couple of stitches before we begin to knit in the round. So we're finishing our purl caterpillar. And there you have it. The purl caterpillar. Now that we have all of the stitches on one needle and have finished closing up the little pocket, it's important for knitting in the round to transfer the stitches onto the 3 needles or 4 needles, however you decide to do it, or your circulars, and keep the piece from twisting. get roughly 1/3 of your stitches on each needle if you're using the 3 needles. I recommend laying your needles down and getting towards the end of the needle where you're going to be working. And then making sure that your work is not twisted. Knit into that first stitch. And again, just check, make sure that it's not twisted. And knit in a few stitches. And you've begun knitting in the round. You'll see that the 2 pieces are connected behind by this purl stitch. So there you have it. The Cobblestone Cuff from Cat Bordhi's book, New Pathways for Sock Knitters, Book 1.